This is LA's first.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. We're all about manifestation, transformation, and breakthroughs. It's time to claim your birthright of prosperity, vitality, and love. So grab your tea or coffee because together we're awakening the world. May you live your truth. Live from Los Angeles, we come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law. We also come together in community, in Soulciety and New Thought Global. We recognize that whenever somebody awakens, they have a gift and message to bring to the world. And together, we're awakening the world. We're all about enlightenment, empowerment, and entrepreneurship. So let's do this thing, you guys. We are on Universal Law of Rhythm. This is a series. This is number 17 of 52 of the series, Universal Law of Rhythm. And man, I feel like this is the most appropriate law for what is going on in my life and what is going on in the world. So what is a rhythm, first of all, we need to define. So it's a strong, regular, repeated pattern of movement. You could say it's sound, noise, movement of energy, things like that. So life is all about patterns. It's all it is, right? There's a rhythm to life. Your heart beats. The sun goes up and down. The planetary movement, it's all a pattern, and patterns repeat, right? So it's like going to the beat of the drum. It's like going to the night and the day. There's something that's going on here, you guys. So let's back it up. And it's so funny because I was just thinking about this yesterday. Because I went out, I saw a couple friends I haven't seen in a while. I've seen them like once over the quarantine. I've seen a few friends, not very many, because I've really been trying to just, do my part in all of it. But I was sitting there with two very successful friends that I just absolutely love. They have their mind right. Doesn't mean life isn't hard sometimes, but they're always just committed to success, committed to, enjoying life as much as they can, committed to serving, committing to all these things. And we were talking about all of life and everything going on and economical things and the lockdown and the pandemic and all this stuff. And it was really interesting because I thought, does it matter what's going on astrologically? Does it matter what's going on economically? Does it matter what's going on with all these things? Because the bottom line, no matter what's going on, I know that me and my friends are committed to always getting our mind right, always, focusing on how we can serve, always focusing on how we can pivot and create success in our personal, professional life, period. Doesn't matter what's going on in the cycles. But we also have to look and recognize we're one with the stars. We're one with all this rhythm of life. And we gotta, get with the flow of the rhythm, if you say, right? Go with the beat. So the law of rhythm states that life is an energetic flow of vibration that moves in a cyclical manner. Day becomes night. Tides rise and fall. The heart beats in and out. This law brings balance and order through its centering equilibrium. Extreme beliefs, judgments, and intense actions are brought to neutrality through the process of this law. Industrial markets are corrected via the symmetric axiom swing. And I love this so much. So right now, as you guys know, we're in cycles. We're in stock market cycles. We're in economical cycles. We're in politics cycles. We've got an airplane going by, right? There's cycles of noise in the day, and usually it's quiet at night when I record, but it's not always the case, right? So there's cycles. And so as we take a look at this right now, we're in a really interesting cycles. Right now, you could say that we're in economical cycles, whether you want to say, oh, it's from the pandemic. No, if you take a look at the cycles, this happens. There's short-term cycles that happen about every 8 to 10 years, and there's long-term cycles. Ray Dalio, who's one of the, great, he has the largest hedge fund. He says we're in a 100-year cycle financially, right? But it's a cycle, it's a rhythm, if you will. And it's almost predictable. In fact, most financial people and people in investments that have been around the block and been in this for a while recognize these cycles and plan for the cycles, right? Another dear friend of mine, the Leo King, he is one of the great astrological teachers on YouTube and stuff, and hilarious, by the way. And he says we're in a lot of the planetary cycles. He goes, we're in the same cycle of when the Black Plague happened. We're in the same cycle of when the Salem witch hunt happened, right? So there's cycles that happen astrologically. There's cycles that happen economically. There's cycles politically. Every 4 years, we go through the cycle of, electing new elections and things like that. There's moon cycle, talk about this as a woman, right? We're linked up to the moon cycle and our cycle, our monthly cycle and things, right? So it's all rhythm, and there's a rhythm to this life. And we need to recognize these rhythms and not be reactive to the rhythms. And recognizing that, yes, there's rhythms, but no matter what the rhythm is, we still, as, science of mind and as metaphysics, we teach the power of consciousness. We teach the power of understanding no matter what's going on out there in the world, and even though planetary things, it's really one within us, so it's kind of inside as well. But we need to recognize that we still go beyond the rhythm. We go beyond the rhythm in consciousness. We're the creator of the rhythm, actually. And we recognize that this is the same thing that happens at a subconscious level, that whatever we have created over and over again, or we've commanded into the subconscious mind, becomes automated, like a rhythm that happens, right? And we see this in the patterns of our life, and we see this in the patterns of everything that's been created in the universe, everything from gravity to the planetary cycles to the rising of the sun and going down, that there's a rhythm. Because what happens is truth prevails, meaning that there is order to this universe. And in the rhythm, we need to recognize there's an order to the rhythm. It's like when you turn on a really good song, In the song, there's like a beat, and it begins to get you going. And there is a cycle that happens. And usually in songs, there's kind of a part in the song where it gets to a peak. It takes you emotionally to a peak. And then it comes back into equanimity. It comes back to that equilibrium at the end, right? It completes its cycle of the whole song. But the cycle is in songs, it's very much the same. There is a beat, there is a rhythm, and it takes you on an emotional journey. We call it the hero's journey, as Joseph Campbell says. But there's always what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it comes back. There's always a takeaway. There's always a lesson. There's always what is, we would call it comes back to order. Same with movies. There's a rhythm to movies. There's an actual kind of theme of movies, that there's like this hero and there's a problem to solve, and then it all comes back together at the end, right? This is the rhythm. This is the rhythm of the human story. This is the rhythm of life. This is the patterns of all these different rhythms that happen in this experience called life. And we have to recognize that life is an energetic flow of vibration and moves in cyclical manners. There's times in your life that are really challenging. There's times when it really flows. There's times when it's good. There's times when it's bad. There's times when it's, all different things. But we have to recognize and go with the flow in these rhythms and recognize we're not these rhythms, that this is life. And we get to recognize that we're never the effect of the rhythm. We always have choice, no matter what's going on. And so I'm always interested in the astrological and all this planetary stuff, because obviously as a New Thought minister, we recognize we're one with everything. We're one with the stars. We're one with all nations. We're one with everyone. But we also recognize that we have the power of mind beyond that. So I'm always curious to know, and of course it's interesting. It's very fascinating to know what's going on astrologically. But I'm always interested because even when I watch my friend Leo King, David, I'm always like, the takeaway he says is the same thing every time. Are you going to move out of your funk? Are you going to listen to your truth? Are you going to, live life? Or are you going to be the effect of life? Are you going to wait back and just, go on the way your automated system is and your patterns are? Or are you going to break free of those things? So it's like, why do I need to know what's going on planetary when these are the same lessons no matter what? And so I don't want to ever bad talk astrological stuff because it's very real and it does impact people's moods and impacts systems and impacts all kinds of things. So it is a science. But I'm always dumbfounded at that the takeaway is always the same, and I'm like, why do I need to look at the stars when I can just literally just know that no matter what, my job today is to get in the highest frequency within my body, but my job actually really is to get my mind right, to recognize I'm not my body, I'm not the vibration of whatever, I'm not any of that. I am the backing of the consciousness that directs consciousness and that can move mountains and that can go beyond any circumstance, economically, physically, any circumstance with my relationships, any circumstance of anything, that there's always a power of my mind to create from the nothingness. And so as we go into today and in the law of rhythm, we can recognize we can dance with life or we can resist it, right? There's frequencies that align to the earth and to the stars that get you in that Zen place. And there's frequency that are discordant and that make you not feel good and make you feel in angst and all those things. But we have to recognize, again, that we're not our feeling. We're something beyond that. You are beyond the rhythm of life. You get to create no matter what song is on. And you can, laugh. I have this image right now of turning on some song that is crazy or not something that you want to jam with. But you can kind of like dance with it and like kind of make fun of it and recognize it's only going to be on for so long. So in life right now, with, the pandemic and the lockdown and economical uncertainty and everything, you can still dance in it. You can still go out and go into Mother Nature for free. You can still get tapped into Source and get into the truth of who you are. And you can still, there's always opportunity. In the last podcast, I did the opportunities now. Do you know that more millionaires and billionaires will be made in economical crisis than ever? So there's always a way to get in the rhythm and dance with this song, no matter what. Life is a song. Life is rhythm. Life is repeated patterns. And whether you in this lifetime or past lifetimes or the next lifetime, your lineage is going to go on in the DNA of this body, but the truth is you're not this body. You're not your DNA. You're not the rhythm of life. You're not the effect of any economical cycles, any rhythms of the moon cycle and the year cycle and the Mayan calendar cycle and all these cycles. You are way beyond that. You are the creator. You are one as a creator. You are divine. You are the God within. You are that aspect that can create something new in a new cycle, a new rhythm, a new dance, a new song. And may you create the greatest song ever that beats the heart and makes you want to move your body no matter what's going on in the world. So turn up your music, dance today in your living room. Do some spoken word and declare into your subconscious, which is one with the subjective mind and the universal mind, the divine mind, to declare what it is that you want to dance to, because you get to dance your own beat. You get to be your own expression. You get to be your own universe within all universes. This is your truth. This is your relative truth. This is who you get to be. No matter what the rhythm is, you get to dance and create your own beat, your own heartbeat, your own rhythm, your own song. And so I simply know as you go today that anything and everything's possible. But you get to also recognize the rhythms of life, to recognize why sometimes you might feel a little off or why you're feeling there's different things going on. And it all adds up. It all adds up. And so today, get your mind right. Get your heart right. Live your truth. Serve, 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 pivot, 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 create, and know that anything and everything is always possible, no matter what is going on with the rhythm of life. Okay, you guys, have a beautiful day, and may you live your truth. Thank you for tuning in to Soulciety and Dr. Erin podcast. If you've had a calling to be a spiritual leader or coach, you can go to soulciety.com and check out our free training. If you've received value here, I would love it if you take a moment and give a 5-star review. In exchange, I have a ton of free gifts for you. Grab your free Awakening book, 40 guided meditations, and digital manifesting masterclass. I also have a free money meditation and worksheet for you so you can begin to break through your scarcity mindset and claim your birthright of prosperity. You can get all of your gifts and learn about our upcoming transformational events in my bio link in both Instagram and Facebook. That's under drerin.tv, which is DRERIN.tv. Also, I'd love to invite you into our free private community on Facebook under groups called Soulciety. That is facebook.com/groups/Soulciety. That's SOULCIETE. Have a divine day and may you live your truth.